Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I sketch my wedding cakes, and this is the program that I use for it. It's from the website bakingit.com. I will link it down below in the description box as well. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I use this program, and later on I will tell you the prices if you would like to purchase this program to sketch out your wedding cakes as well. And I want to say this is not a sponsored video. I just really love using Baking It to create my 3D sketches. So first of all, let's take a look at the setup guide. That's here on the left side. If you have kitchen and recipe units, you can choose between imperial and the metric system. And for your cake units, your cake tins, portion sizes, tier height, etc., you can also choose between inches or centimeters. And next are the portion sizes. That are the sizes that are used to calculate how many servings you can have with the tiers of your wedding cake or birthday cake or whatever you're sketching. So here you can fill in your portion sizes in width and in depth, and you can also customize your own portion sizes if you like to. The next one is the tins and servings. Here you can click which tins you have and which tins you use or want to use with the sketching program. So you have round and square, and you can just click which ones you have, and then you can sketch with these shapes. And the last one is a watermark. You can also add this to your sketches, and you can choose which color, which size, which opacity, and the precision of your watermark. And you could also add your logo if you'd like to, and you can add a disclaimer text that you want to add onto your sketch when you're going to send this to your clients. So that's it for the setup guide, and I'm going to show you how you can use the sketching program and what kind of options you have with the sketchings. So here you can see let's build your cake. You have two options: get tier combinations or stack tiers. I usually use stack tiers because I already know what the diameters of my cakes are going to be and how high I want that, because that's what I always discuss with my clients during the wedding consultation. But if you're not really sure how many tiers you can add in a cake for about 60 persons, you can go to the get tiers combinations option and it will calculate it for you. So I'm going to show you how it works. So let's say you want to make a cake for 60 people for a wedding and you want it to be a round cake. You can also choose another shape, but let's go for round, and then you can click on show combinations, and then here you can see the options of the total servings: less than desired, exact match, and more than desired. And this one is not an option for me, because if a client orders a cake for 60 people, I don't want them to get a cake for less than 60 people, let's say 57. So if we go to a 4-tier combination, you will see that this is for 59. I would never sell this to a client, so I would just click this, so it will only give me an exact match or a more than 60 people. So let's say I want a cake for 60 people and a 4-tier cake. This is my only option with a total of 60 servings. And here you can see the diameters of the cake rounds. So if you click on this, this is what it looks like. And if you click on add tiers to the stacker, it means it will go directly to the sketching part of the program. But I also want to show you how you can stack your own tiers. So I'm going to close this one and I'm going to stack tiers. So you have 3 options: add a cake tier, add a dummy, and add pillars. So let's start with the cake tier. They always start with the bottom tier. So I'm going to use a round cake and I want it to be 28 centimeters, and you can also adjust the height. So let's leave it at 10 centimeters, and you can also choose a board shape. So I'm going for a round board shape, and I'm going to make it 33 centimeters. And here you can see the servings. So one round cake of 28 centimeters and 10 centimeters in height serves 46 people. Then you can add another cake tier, and this one will be smaller. And what I forgot to tell you, the portion size, you can also choose between wedding, party, coffee, dessert, or your custom portion. So I'm going to just leave it at wedding. So let's add another cake tier. I want to make a 4-tiered cake. This one will be a bit smaller as well. And I want the 3rd tier to be a double barrel cake layer. So what you can do is add a cake tier with the same diameter, and then at the right side the word merge will appear. So you can click on that one, and then it will just merge these 2 layers into one layer of 20 centimeter in height. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to add a dummy because I want to show you what it does later on in the program. So now this is a 4-tiered cake with a double barrel, and it serves 110 people. And if your wedding couple wants to save the top tier, you can also click on this option, and it will exclude the top tier servings. So the rest of the servings are just for the guests. So if you're happy with these sizes, you can click on stack cake. And this is what it looks like in the sketching program. So it's just white. And if you click on it, you can also change the angles. So I want to see it from this angle, and you can also make it smaller or bigger by zooming in or zooming out. And now I'm going to show you the different options that you have in this program to sketch the cake. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to start from top to bottom. Let's say we're going to give this a gradient effect. Just click on gradient, and you can click on add. And you can choose which direction you want the gradient to be, linear or radial. So I just wanted to leave it at linear. And of course, these are not the colors that I want. So you can just click on the first color, and then you can choose your own. I want to make a pink ombre cake, so I'm going to leave the first color white. Second color, I want to remove it because I only want 2 colors, so you just click on the second color and click on remove. And the last color, I want pink. Like this. And then just click here. Then you can just move around to see what the different effects are of the gradient. So I want it a bit like this. So it's really gradient from white, lighter pink to a shade darker. So that is how the gradient option works. Just close it. And here are some different effects you can give to your cake. So a luster finish, buttercream, it's loading. You can even make a naked cake or a rainbow cake, drip cake, and I'm going to show you a few. This is going to be a very ugly cake, but I just want to show you the different options. So let's make this one a rainbow cake. So this is what it looks like, or a drip cake. And you can adjust the colors. So here you can see the color of the cake, and this is the effect that you added to it. Let me show you. If you want this exact same color, you can click on this, copy this color, click on that layer, and then paste the color. So you have the exact same color as the top tier. And to adjust the color of the drip, you just click on this effect, the drip effect, and then move that circle here into the color you want. So Let's make it white. So that is how you change the colors of the effects that you've added to your cake. So what I want to address as well in the effects that you can add to your cake is the luster finish. So let's say I want to make this a gold color. The base color that you need to choose from this color chart is the color that matches your luster. So if you want a gold luster finish, you will choose a yellow tone. If you want a silver luster finish, you use a gray tone, and something that matches the luster finish that you want. So I want a gold here, so you go with your arrow to the yellow tones. And let's say I like this yellow, and then you can add your luster finish to it. If you think this is a little bit too green of a gold, you can also switch the color a bit to play around and see what it does. So this is the tone of gold that I like, and then you can just leave it at that. So for the other effects that you have are the marbled options, silver leaf, gold leaf, some silver or gold flecks, even sequins, a stained glass look, a basket weave, chalkboard, wood, leopard, stone effect. You have a lot of options. Cobbled, even a soccer ball, so you can just sketch about anything with this program. So that's it for the effects. The third option is the flowers, leaves, and fruits. So you have roses, you have ranunculus, dahlias, hydrangeas, peonies. You have a lot of flowers that you can use to decorate your cake with, and you can also change the colors of these flowers as well. So I'm going to show you the ranunculus. Just select it and then drag it to where you want to place it. Of course, I don't want to look at the side of the ranunculus, so you can just move it around until you find the best placement. And let's say this is a bit too large for you, you can make it smaller. By clicking on the minus button to decrease the size. And to change the color, you can just drag that circle into the color that you want. You can also choose different leaf options and some fruits. If you have a naked cake, this is also fun to add this to your sketch. And you also have some vines that you can choose from. And you also have 3D decorations. So you have different kinds of bows you can add. You have nautical designs that you can add. Some sweets like macarons, also for your naked cakes. Meringues, candy canes, gingerbread, and some moldings. Some plaques. And even a unicorn horn or a skull or a crown. So you can sketch really about anything with this program. And then let's see the borders that you have. These are buttercream shell borders, dot borders, rope borders. You have different options. Beadings. Let me show you on this cake. If you want to add a decoration to the sketch, so not a flower but like a border, you just click on a cake layer that you want the effect to be placed on. So I like this one. You can add it, and then you can also move it around. I want it straight at the top, and yet this can also be enlarged or decreased. You also have a few bunting designs or gold leaf placement on the top. So let me see if I want some gold leaf here, what it looks like. Oh, this cake is looking crazy. And let's see, you have some fences, sprinkles. Oh, that's fun. Just add some sprinkles. And you also have some henna borders that you can add to your cake. The next option are the 2D decorations. These are just some little shapes and some little elements that you can add to your cake. So let's say I want a ballerina right here, and I want to enlarge it. You can just place it around wherever you like. And the beauty of this program is you can also add a custom decoration. So you can just Google something and add it to the custom 2D decorations, and you can add it to your cakes as well. And that also applies for the images. So these are the images that I added to sketch my sister's wedding cake, for example. And these are the images that are available in the sketching program from Baking It itself. So it works the same as adding the ballerina to the cake. And then you also have some ribbon options. You have some diamond options. You have just plain ribbons. I like the diamond option for this tutorial. And if you click on it, you can just move it around where you like to. And I think you can make this thicker as well by increasing the size. Yeah, this cake is so all over the place. Well, that's the ribbon option. It works very simple. You can also add several ribbons if you like to. Let's say you want a stripe look on a cake. You just add a few more to the layer and then move it around. Every time that you want to add a new ribbon, just make sure you select the cake layer and not the ribbon. Because if you have the ribbon and you choose this one or this one, it will just replace what you've clicked with another ribbon. So select the cake layer, click on the ribbon you want on it, and place it onto the cake. So that is how you make a stripe look with a plain ribbon. And then you can also add some stencils like quilting, horizontal stripes, beads, fish scales, Moroccan lattice. You have so many different options, a knitted look or a herringbone look. So just click on the cake layer, click on the stencil you want, and apply it to the layer. And let's say I want to change the color. This is what it will look like. If you don't like the look, you can just click on another option and it will change the previous one. If you want a quilting with beads, this is what it looks like. It looks like a little bit gray. If you want to change the colors of the beads, you can just move it around and it will change it. If you want your cake layer to be another color, you need to remove the stencil first before you can change the color of the cake. So let's say I want to make the cake this color. I have to click on this quilt stencil, delete it, select the cake layer again. If you want this exact same color, you can copy it, click on the cake layer and paste it. And then your cake layer will become red, and then you can add the beads on it again. And I want the beads to be white. So that's how you use the quilting stencils. And then we're moving on to the lace options that you have. You have a lot of different options as well. It works the same as the quilting, just add it to your cake layer and you can change the color as well. So let's say you're sketching and you've changed your mind and you want to replace the quilting beads with some lace. Just click on this layer, remove it, and add a lace pattern that you like on it. And then you can move it around on the layer as well. So that's it for the lace. And then you also have some 3D patterns, so ruffles and swirls, meringues, the buttercream spooning method that you can add to your cake sketch. So let's see how that looks. I'm going to remove that lace, and then I'm going to add the right spoon, and it will give you one swoop of buttercream. If you want this whole cake layer to be filled with the buttercream spoons, you can just click on apply many, and then it will fill your whole cake layer. And you can even choose the spacing vertically, horizontally, and the alignment. So that's how these 3D patterns work. I'm going to show you the ruffles as well. So click on the layer, click on the ruffle that you like. It will always give you a single option, and if you click on apply many, it will fill the whole layer. And this can also be changed in color. So let's say I want to make it this red color. Click on the color you like, copy it, click on the option you want to change the color of, paste it, click enter, and it will turn the same color. You can also add some text to the cake. So I'm going to add the text ballet or ballerina. So these are the options of fonts you have. You have some curly ones, some straight ones. A wraparound text is one that will be wrapped around the cake. So that's what I want. I want to add it to the top tier. I just click on add text to tier, and it's barely visible. So I'm going to enlarge the text a bit so you can see it better. Or you can just change the font. Yeah, I like this one. So that's how you add a text to the cake. And the last option you have in the sketching program are the cake stands. You have 6 different options. It's not a lot, but you can just add pictures of a cake stand that you have and discuss it with your client. These are just options to complete the sketch that you have. Okay, so let's say you're happy with this crazy sketch. You can click on preview, and it will generate a preview for you. It will generate the 3D cake you made. You can also click here above for a sketch option. So this is more of a drawing look of the sketch that you made. And you also have an option of slicing guides that you can add or bring to the delivery when you deliver this wedding cake at the venue, so they know exactly how to cut this cake. And if you have a dummy on it, it will also add this text. This is a dummy tier, please don't slice it. So they know exactly what to do with each tier that you made. So here at the left side, you can see the diameter, the amount of servings, and the portion sizes. And you also have a summary option. This is actually just for you. You can even see how many grams or kilos of fondant you need to cover this tier, and you can also see the length of ribbon you would need to cover this tier. That is the sketching part of the program. So if you're interested in purchasing this program through bakingit.com, you can choose a 14-day free trial. So you can just see if it works for you, if you really like to work with it. So after the 14-day trial, you can choose if you want to continue with this or don't. But if you want to continue with the program, you can choose different options. You can choose for the sketcher and calculator, the cake designer, and the business option. I have the cake designer option because that gives me more options in the sketching program itself. So the 3D cake stacker and tier combinations, all of the different options in the cake designer, the dynamic cake sketcher, cake slicer, etc. So that is what I just showed you. If you choose the sketcher and calculator, the cake sketcher will let you create a cake sketch or drawing of your chosen cake tiers. You can download or print a sketch to draw your cake designs. So this is just a template. Actually, you can make a template with the cake sketcher and draw your own cake designs on it. So that's a very limited option. You can also choose the business option, and that will give you a few options extra. So that is costing, kitchen, recipes, business, settings, and insights. So for example, let's see what the kitchen entails. With the kitchen option, you can manage your inventory, expenses, and shopping lists. So if you're interested in a program where you can manage these things, you can use this as well. The sketcher and calculator is €17.98 billed yearly. The cake designers is €69.97 billed yearly, and the business option is €129.99 billed yearly as well. So these are the options that you can choose from if you're thinking of purchasing this program to sketch your cakes. And I really love it, and I use it every time. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If you have any additional questions, just leave them down in the comment box below, and I'll try my best to answer them as quickly as possible. And I really hope to see you again next time with my next tutorial. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Mwah.